In a world that argues loudly about respect, honor is rarely discussed in silence. Yet when Jackie Chan speaks about why Muslims are honored across the world, he does not speak with slogans, politics, or praise meant to impress. He speaks as a man who has traveled through cultures, worked beside people from every background, and observed discipline, character, and values under real pressure. According to Jackie Chan, honor is never demanded, it is earned quietly through consistency. And what he observed over decades was that many Muslims carry their beliefs not as words, but as daily habits. In a chaotic world drifting without structure, this alone creates respect. Jackie Chan often explained that Muslims are honored because their lives are organized around meaning. They begin their day with gratitude, structure their time around prayer, and end it with accountability. In a world lacking routine and purpose, such discipline stands out even to outsiders. Wherever he traveled, he noticed Muslim communities greeting others with peace, standing firmly with family, caring for elders, and preserving bonds that many modern societies are slowly losing. He believed this protection of family is one of the strongest reasons Muslims are respected globally. As a martial artist, Jackie Chan deeply understands discipline. He saw in Islam a system that trains the soul the same way martial arts train the body, through patience, restraint, control of anger, and respect for boundaries. These qualities are admired universally even when misunderstood. He said, Muslims are honored because they bow to God rather than ego. In a world obsessed with self-promotion, humility becomes strength, not weakness. Jackie Chan admired Muslim courage, recalling workers and stuntmen who faced danger calmly, trusting God while acting responsibly. Courage rooted in faith, not recklessness, earns silent admiration. He also observed that Muslims practice charity as obligation, not publicity, feeding the poor, supporting neighbors, and helping quietly. The world respects generosity that expects nothing in return. Jackie Chan acknowledged that media often highlights negativity, but he insisted that real honor grows from everyday reality, from honest shopkeepers, devoted parents, respectful youth, and communities that remain standing during hardship. He said, Muslims know suffering, yet remain patient, face injustice yet seek peace, and endure trials without losing moral direction. He admired Islam's emphasis on accountability beyond law, acting rightly even when unseen. Societies built on trust survive longer, and trust is the foundation of honor. Jackie Chan made it clear that the world does not honor Muslims for perfection, but for perseverance. Islam teaches control of desire, forgiveness of offense, respect for life, and moral restraint in a time when excess dominates. Muslims, he said, are respected not because they are loud, but because they are rooted. He also observed that Muslims define success differently, not only by achievement, but by character, intention, and accountability before God. This deeper definition earns respect across cultures. Jackie Chan was deeply impressed by fasting during Ramadan, calling it a lesson in empathy, self-control, and gratitude. Societies naturally honor those who can deny themselves for a higher purpose rather than surrender to impulse. He emphasized Islam's commitment to justice, even when it goes against personal interest. Justice builds trust, and trust builds respect between communities. He admired how Muslims maintain identity without arrogance, holding tradition while living in modern societies, a balance that reflects confidence, not insecurity. He noted how Islam teaches service without expectation, saying, "Service without recognition creates quiet dignity." Addressing criticism honestly, Jackie Chan said, "No group is free from flaws, but honor comes from principles, not perfection." Islam's principles continue to guide millions toward patience, mercy, and responsibility. He observed how Islam teaches forgiveness without weakness, discipline without cruelty, and strength without arrogance. Muslims are taught to greet others with peace, making peace not just an idea, but a daily spoken intention. Jackie Chan highlighted modesty as inner strength in a world addicted to exposure. He admired how Islam honors parents, especially mothers, protecting elders and preserving wisdom. He reflected that Muslims endure hardship with patience, seeing trials as tests rather than punishments. This perspective builds resilience the world increasingly needs. Islam's emphasis on equality before God impressed him deeply, removing racial and social superiority at its root. He also admired the courage Muslims show in holding beliefs even when misunderstood, standing firm without hatred. Jackie Chan noted that Islam integrates spirituality into daily life rather than isolating it into rituals alone. Consistency, he said, is what earns lasting respect. He acknowledged unfair judgment against Muslims, but insisted that truth outlives propaganda. Ordinary people recognize sincerity when they see it. Islam's teachings on cleanliness, order, gratitude, emotional discipline, and responsibility, before rights, all contribute to communities that remain morally grounded when circumstances become unstable. Jackie Chan believed Islam teaches balance between ambition and humility, hope and fear, freedom and responsibility. Balanced systems survive, extreme ones collapse. In his closing reflection, Jackie Chan said, "The world honors Muslims not because they claim moral superiority, but because Islam asks its followers to submit ego to higher principles." And he believed the submission of ego is the hardest discipline of all. Honor, he said, does not come from noise, force, or perfection. It comes from living by values that guide both private conduct and public life. And in a world searching desperately for meaning, Jackie Chan believed that honor will always follow those who live with patience, discipline, service, and faith, not loudly, but consistently, in a way that even time itself respects.